All right, guys, market check time. I will jump straight into this. Um, I can see it's being fairly short because there hasn't been much price movements that we want to see. But yeah, without further ado, Euro USD. We're deep into this demand. I have mapped out. We can see we front ran this liquidity. Doesn't look like we will be coming back there. Maybe if we're lucky, we come up to this supply. And then as of now, we're kind of just waiting to see what price does. If we can catch an accumulation in here, wouldn't be too bad. But yeah, just based on this, it's not really a cumulative price behavior. So as of now, for Euro USD, just play the patience game, really. If we had a second candle here, this would be valid. This up here would be valid supply, but the 6 candle rule is not valid. You can see 2 consecutive down, 3 consecutive up, but you need at least 2 consecutive down again to confirm that 6 candle rule. And there, it's valid down, but it's not valid up there. That's been mitigated. Yeah, that's it for Euro USD. Let's go to GBP USD. We're making our way down to this demand in here as well. Similar type of situation as we've seen in the euro. We've front ran this extreme liquidity. We've created some very low time frame supply up there, and we're moving pretty quick towards this demand POI. Maybe we can catch an accumulation up here. Let's scan through our time frames. I'm trying to see if there's any supply created in the meantime. Yeah, everything has been mitigated. Except for this. Yeah, this counts, like it's valid. All right. Yeah, this is a very low time frame block, which didn't really do anything. I'm going to remove it. It's even during London session, so that's a very clear manipulation block, which is fairly insignificant to us. Hence why we're not interested. Yeah, just look for accumulation models in here, really. That's about it. AUD USD, from memory, I didn't like from memory, but we are in extreme range premium. And we can see very rangy price behavior in here. like you've got this as a range, theoretically speaking. And then within this range, yeah, it's all just very, well, you did have a nice little distribution model here with the Asia highs being front ran. The previous session, Asia highs got taken, and then we can see it's actually a nice distribution model by the looks of it. We just front ran the Asia highs, that's all. Same thing here, not too. Kind of just want to see what price decides to do here. This low will get taken, this will probably get taken. Yeah, same thing for AUD USD, not really seeing anything worthwhile in this price. Maybe we just kind of have to give it more time for this range to form a bit better. That's it for AUD USD, USD CAD. Technically, we haven't deviated. At least that's ever so slightly. I stand corrected. Ever so slightly. We've swept all extreme liquidity in here, but we can see we're making our way back up. The return to zone is not too bad from a local standpoint, so we could catch something here. Ideally, because we're this close, I would like to see this supply. If this supply gets mitigated, this could be a very high confluence entry. Yeah, this is beautiful. This really is beautiful. 3-day structure supply. Let's see if there's anything refined in there. Sorry guys, there's a bit of a mozzie on the and just like that, we got it. Bear with me. I don't throw and hope, I aim and fire down the barrel. Let's go. Alright, back into it. So yeah, we were looking around here for some supply. If this is unmitigated, this is going to be a very, very good POI. Ooh, but I have a feeling it has been mitigated. Well, assuming this has been mitigated, had there have been a more refined area? Always look for a more refined area. 222, that's valid. And this has not been mitigated. So this is our extremely refined POI, which I reckon has not been mitigated. We'll have a look. So yeah, this has, as we can see, quite nicely actually. However, this much more refined zone has not. And this is where I would like to see a nice reaction form. And should we get something here? Yeah, you can pretty much target range lows, but just be very wary of this demand at the bottom. Let me have another look at this. And clearly it's something a little lower in a time frame. Yeah, that's valid. We got our two consecutive upwards bullish candles. That is a valid POI. Got a little fair value gap in there. That's fine. But regardless, if we can get realistically, if we can get a nice, have a look at this. We're on the 1 hour. So if we can get a nice break of structure somewhere in here like this, it doesn't matter that there's demand there. It really does not. Let's say we break there, right, to make this a bit more realistic. Let's say we do something like this. Bang, bang. You would enter around there, let's say. You can put your stops just there. And even if we hit this demand zone, you're already a 6.23 risk to reward, which is unbelievable. Should this hit the range low, you're looking at almost an 11R. So regardless, this could be a good opportunity here, but we just have to monitor. What was that blue tap doing there? I'm curious. Okay, it was part of this larger model. Okay. And then this can obviously become our more refined or slightly higher time frame third tab, because this tab 2 and 3 are very close to each other, as you can see right here below. And the return to zone would look something like this. My apologies. This is nice. This is very nice. Something like that. And yeah, this is our pre-planning for USD CAD. That's kind of it, really. Because yeah, as I said, price has already taken out all the extremes from here. We're not really interested in anything else being taken. We've also mitigated all these supply. This is probably our best extreme supply POI, which has been mitigated. Yeah, given if prices come this high, I would need this second tap to get taken out. Sweet. Alright, that's it for USD CAD. Let's have a look at the range direction here. It's definitely been going on for a bit, I believe. Yeah. 25-day range, so this could be nice. This could be very nice. Let me have a look at Doge for a minute. GBP JPY next. Okay, nice. We are in this. So if I can catch a TCT and TCT here on Doge, this would be absolutely amazing. Alright, GBP JPY next. Front ran this supply POI. Yeah, here we kind of just have to wait for price to really give us a few more, reactions, because it's not, it's kind of in the middle of nowhere, as you can see at the moment. That's a valid OBIF. Hasn't really done much, this order block, but we can definitely monitor it. Not to mention that we haven't had a full close yet, so highly unlikely though that we get a rotation all the way back up, but you never know. Ever so slightly mitigation there. Ever so slightly. Okay, that is GBP JPY. GBP NZ, there you go, front ran. Front ran. I'm going to remove all this. Yeah, because I like this little mini range in here. Oh, you know what? I think this is way too low time frame before I. Yeah, not a chance. Not a chance. This is valid, but hasn't really done much. It's kind of just there. Is there any more supply in here worth noting? I think that's been mitigated. Yes, it has. So has this probably. Yes, it has. So has this. Yes. Yes. Yeah. No, but I do believe that's yeah, not valid. Maybe on a lower time frame in terms of not valid. Not valid. Yeah, it's not like it's not really supply. So yeah, I'm not going to use this as a POI. Yeah, in terms of GBP and ZD, kind of just want to be a bit more patient here. And then this is just way too low time frame for me to even draw a range from that. But yeah, we've got our alert set. So we'll see what our price decides to do. Yeah, we're either going to get a reaction off this supply or off this demand. That's it. Euro GBP ran through this demand. But you can see quite evidently that we are in the smack bang in the EQ of this higher time frame range. And this technically, yeah, you could say it technically has been confirmed, this accumulation schematic. So you want to proceed with a lot of caution here. And this may have been a nice little tier 3 schematic here with our range being this, expansion, manipulation, and then expansion all the way back down, and about to take out our range low, or just front running range low for now. You can see this quite clearly here. Let's see what POIs we have. Two and two. This has been mitigated though. Like, you have this 45 in OBIF, but it just hasn't really done anything. Therefore, I'm not much of a fan. But yeah, you know what, because there's nothing here, I'll chart it, but we need more price movement for now. Yeah, that's kind of it for Euro GBP. Some decent looking liquidity here. But other than that, not much. Euro NZD. I think from memory, this was close to completing its higher time frame distribution. No, it wasn't. This might be the wrong pair. I think it was GBP NZD, which we were. Yes, GBP NZD. My apologies. Euro NZD. Yeah, Euro NZD, we're still technically accumulating and accumulating nicely. So I want to leave this as is. In terms of POIs that we might have here, given now we have touched EQ, a lot of liquidity here. Man, honestly, like, I kind of want the whole. I kind of want all these lows to get taken out. Yeah, this is going to be my most extreme liquidity point. I wouldn't really feel confident entering this until this gets taken out. But we are forming a nice sell side liquidity trail here, so I would say we have all the opportunities for this getting taken out. And I will leave this demand here because we can definitely come into it a little bit deeper. And there probably would be something more refined. Yeah, already off the bat, you can see that there, which is unmitigated. So yeah, plenty of reason to come back down into here. And that is it for Euro NZD at the moment. Yeah. Way too short of a time range here. 2 hours. Not a chance I'll be looking at this. All right. Awesome. Sweet. The USD against the Swiss franc. We're moving towards this demand, so same thing here. Nothing really worth looking at until we start mitigating some of these zones and start reacting away from them. And then as of now, nothing else to do but just monitor price. Awesome. Sweet. USD JPY. This one's interesting. Same thing, I would like to see some more reaction for now. Wait for the price to deviate this high at least for, yeah, we're on the 6 hours, so we can honestly check this back tomorrow. Like, by the time, let's say we get something like this, bang, 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 And you're looking at around the 19th of March, so it's still a while away. Or if you get something short, let's say you've just deviated this, we can start coming in. Bang, Tuesday, 10th of March. You're still looking at about a week's time till we can potentially look at some entry opportunities here. And from a very local standpoint, we do have this range in here, which we can definitely look at. The only thing I don't like is the price has spent a lot of time in discount of this range, so it only kind of makes sense for it to spend a bit more time in premium now. I don't see as to how it might. Oh. And from a return to zone perspective, it's fairly upright. So yeah, I'll just give it a bit more time and see what happens in the next few hour or so. We've obviously taken this ugly high, so that's a good thing. Haven't quite mitigated this yet. Yeah, this kind of has been mitigated. It's not really clean supply anymore. If anything, maybe here as a refined area which hasn't been mitigated. So yeah, we can actually, this is actually valid. It is a little bit ugly on the lower time frame. If we were to get a reaction off this, I wouldn't expect it to be a big reaction. I'll put it like that. Yeah, that's kind of it for AUD CAD. For AUD CAD, I was looking at the next one. For USD JPY. And yeah, we just wait for a bit more price movement. AUD CAD. Now we're on to AUD CAD. Yeah, nothing really here. Not interested in NZD CAD. Yeah, same here. Nothing really to look at until we can get some form of accumulative price action in here. All right, that's going to be it for today. Kept it quick and easy. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.